Hello and welcome to another very special episode of Horror Movie Yearbook. I'm your host, Willie, and with me is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Tim Long.
Yo,
how are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent.
Fantastic.
How are you?
Fantastic. I'm great, man. I'm great. I feel refreshed a little bit. I don't know, I just feel good. I think it has a lot to do with what we're going to be talking about tonight, which was our, as of the time of this recording, about a week ago, 6 days ago, right? Or 8 days ago, something like that. I don't know. I can't do math.
What's that when we went?
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, it'd be 5 days ago.
5
right?
days ago.
Yeah.
Yep. So
look at that. We got there.
we got there. We're going to be talking about our trip to Cincinnati for Horrorhound weekend. Big horror convention down there. And, pretty psyched about talking about that. But before we do that, a little bit of, housekeeping. Feedback. Send us feedback. We would love to hear from you. We are, of course, as always, available to be reached at horrormovieyearbook@gmail.com. We are on Twitter at HMY Yearbook. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Find us there. Send us ideas for episodes or questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff. But, that's all I got for that. I want to dig right into it, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
that's why the people are here.
Yeah, absolutly.
Not to hear us BS.
We begin our adventure on
Friday. Friday.
Now
you got down there earlier.
Nikki and I took the day off of work, so we were able to get down there a little bit earlier than you guys were. You and your wife went as well.
Yes.
And we were also joined by a friend of the show, Gojo, and Gojo's, I believe I called her Gojo's lady friend,
yes.
Madeline, who also joined us down there. And we got down, and our initial plan was we're going to go to the Newport Aquarium.
Okay.
And it's an aquarium that's been suggested to us by frequent visitors, my in-laws, and we thought we'd check it out.
You guys are big zoo goers, right?
We are big on zoos and aquariums and things like that. Yes, absolutely, 100%. It's like a favorite of ours.
Yeah. What's your favorite animal to look at?
Ooh, my favorite animal to look at.
To observe.
I'm a big otter guy.
You like otters? Okay.
At the zoo. It's not my favorite animal in the animal kingdom.
Okay.
I've never actually seen my favorite animal alive and in person, I don't think.
What is that?
Black panther. Which
Okay.
actually a jaguar, I believe. That just
they don't have
black.
any of those at the zoo.
I have not. No, I've not been to a zoo that has one. So,
right.
So we went down there, and fun little anecdote. We were trying to sync up with Gojo and Madeline, who were also going to go down there, but we're driving separate. And we were kind of planning and texting, and I realized how quickly tickets were selling to the Newport Aquarium because spring break is going on. So it was selling a lot more than it normally would. And so I messaged him and said, hey, this is the time slot we got, because they're still doing time slots, for COVID and whatnot, staggering visitors and stuff.
Okay.
And I said, this is the time we got, and there's only so many tickets left, so pick it up. And I was texting with Madeline, and she goes, can you send me the link to the aquarium you're going to? Because this one says it's Kentucky. And I was like, oh, no. We're going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I forget this all the time, too. Like, Ohio and Kentucky border each other.
Cincinnati and Kentucky are right on. Yeah,
yes.
not that far
and
from
when
each
you
other.
When I think of Kentucky, as a Michigander, I always think it's much further south than it actually is.
The Bluegrass State, yes.
It's not that far south, really.
Right.
So it was kind of a fun moment where I was like, oh, no, we're going. You're going to be in Kentucky.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, cool. All right. So
another state to add to the docket.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Check it off the list. So we did the Newport Aquarium. Very fun. Nice aquarium. Lots of cool touch experiences where you could touch aquatic animals.
Oh, really?
Which was very cool.
What'd you touch? You touch a stingray?
Stingray.
You got to touch a stingray.
Yep, stingray. A couple different kinds of stingray. Sea anemone.
What is this now?
A sea anemone.
Sea anemone.
Which is kind of a gelatinous creature that kind of sits on a rock and just twiddles its tentacles. It's kind of cool.
I'm sure I've seen this.
You've seen them.
Yeah.
They look like Cthulhu creatures.
Okay.
Can
you eat them?
I think maybe. I don't know. Maybe in certain cultures they're like a thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I never have seen them on a menu.
Okay.
But I'm not terribly cultured with my food, so I don't. They're not on the menu at like Coney Island.
They don't have Red Lobster. Red Lobster's not
I don't
serving
think
them
so.
Get a nice sea anemone and cheddar bay biscuit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Delicious. So we did that, and it was a ton of fun. And then we hit an Italian restaurant there. The Bistro, something Bistro. Good lemon chicken.
Okay.
Chicken limone.
Okay.
Delicious. It was fun. It was a good time. And then we got back to the hotel, and everybody kind of synced up, and we just hung out and played cards. And
yeah, let me tell. I'll give my version. Yours is very
Yeah,
rosy,
let's hear. So
very fun.
yes, let's hear your
Here's my tale
journey
of horror.
Yes.
Of my Friday of horror. No, we left later
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
So we
You hit rush hour.
Yeah, we hit rush hour. Oops.
Right out of the gate.
I don't like driving. Period.
Yeah.
I don't like driving. Period. Especially long trips. I don't like driving in the dark, and I do not like driving when it rains. And it wasn't just raining; it was sleeting out for a lot of the drive,
Oh,
and it was dark for most of the drive. And the best part about this is there is a Chick-fil-A, and oh my goodness, let me tell you about this Chick-fil-A.
Let's hear about it.
I don't remember the
Ohio.
city. No, it was still in Michigan. I don't remember the name of the city, but
Okay.
they have their act together.
Yeah.
I have not been in a Chick-fil-A drive-thru like this before.
Okay.
You basically pull around, and you pull into a line, and someone comes up to you when it's your turn and comes up to you with like an iPad, and they take down your order.
And you pay right there and everything?
Yeah, and then you pay, and then they go, okay, pull right up. So they keep staggering you up to the next spot, and then like they'll say, give them your name. The next person will come up, give you say, I'm Tim. My order is blah blah blah, and they go, okay. We'll be right back out with it. So a couple seconds later, they are back out with your food. So it's like you're not waiting at all. It's an adventure in itself going to whatever that Chick-fil-A is.
That's as fast a food as you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah, good stuff.
So anyway, that was the joyous part of the trip.
That's excellent.
But
the rest of it, the rain and the
my wife and I are stress balls like in the car. We're both incredibly stressed out a lot of the time. So we feed off each other's energy. And like by the time we got there that night, I was like, I just want to be out of the house. I really wanted, so I grabbed 3 Lucy beers from the
hotel.
Lobby.
I went with you. Yes,
you did. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for showing the lady at the front desk. Very nice. She said we were going to get our gore on.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
She was cool. She was cool. She was pretty rad.
She was very fascinated by the fact that we're going to a horror convention and the fact that I was buying 3 random beers that did not make any sense, but it was about all they had.
Well, she probably saw that you were from Michigan and went, okay, he had a trip, so.
Right.
I can't blame him.
Right. Enjoy those Miller Lights.
Whatever they were.
So I drank them and watched the games and talked to you guys. And
yeah, it was good.
That was the Friday.
A nice way to wind down from your adventure. Or, it was, The next morning, the big thing on the docket to do was to hit up the Taste of Belgium, which is a Belgian restaurant, I guess. They do a lot of cool stuff. Crepes, I think, are a big mainstay there. Chicken and waffles, big thing there. What'd you get from Taste of Belgium?
So I got the s'mores Belgian waffle.
How was that?
It was very good.
Yeah.
I got it loaded, which meant they put like whipped cream and stuff on it.
Hell yeah.
And then I was actually breaking it out because I cannot remember what that meat was that I got.
Oh, it was
For those of you who keeping track, maybe my pescatarianism lasted 3 months.
You tried.
Better than I thought, but
I don't remember what the name of the meat was, but
I'll check it out.
It was like a sausage, right? Some sort of sausage or something.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now, but
well,
I'm typing in Cincinnati meat. Let's see what happens here.
I got the chicken and waffles, and the waffle was delicious, thick, real thick waffle.
Very thick. Oh, by the way, it's Geta. Goetta.
Yes, Eckerlin Geta. Yes.
Yep.
And the waffle was great. The chicken was really good. I really liked the chicken. And there's nothing like getting a side of syrup.
You get the chicken and waffles, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like getting a side of syrup and a side of hot sauce with your same dish.
That's what you want.
Feels good, man.
That's what you want.
So it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good meal for a relatively fair price too. So
yeah,
I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
But once we fueled up, it was time to go to the main event.
Yeah. Did we do anything else after that? We just we putzed around a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think we all tried to poop before we went to the because no one wants to poop at a convention.
Did I poop at the convention?
I don't know. I did before.
I took care of my business somewhere in public. It wasn't at the convention, though. I believe it was at the restaurant after.
Okay.
For those people keeping track.
We had a delightful...
it was definitely at the Chick-fil-A in Cherville that I took care of. Yeah. Took care of business.
There was a delightful communal bathroom in the hallway of the hotel.
Cracker Barrel, sorry.
Yes. In the hallway of the hotel, and that was used a few times by me. I'm like, it's right there.
Yeah, the bathroom was right next to the bedrooms. That's never a good situation when you have 4 people sharing a room.
So I would do all my poops in the hallway there.
We should mention, yeah.
In a toilet, though.
We joked about this. A couple of married couples We were just trying to get as many people into this
Cram
hotel.
as many into a hotel room as possible.
The married couples did not care about any sort of privacy. We're just like, we got.
No, and I think we were all pretty comfortable, right? I mean,
we got to split this bill up.
Exactly.
You're as comfortable as you need to be.
Absolutely. You better get comfortable.
We're snorers. We're all snorers. I think we all alternated throughout the night.
I think yes, there was one person. Your wife actually did not snore that I can recall. Everybody else snored at some juncture over the course of the 2 nights.
She did that. I'm gonna put her on blast here. She did that weird heavy breathing thing. That's not snoring. It's like in between breathing and snoring.
Sure.
Where it's like, but only I can hear it.
Yeah, because it's close enough to you where it's Yep. We all snored. I woke myself up with a snore.
That's always fun, right?
Yeah, it's great. When you're like, am I breathing still?
Back.
Yeah, am I breathing? I can't breathe. That's fun. Anyway, so Saturday, we went to the convention. Parking situation was not great. We
had to park in a different lot.
Way off, yeah. But I mean, it was so
so packed.
Busy.
There were more people
nuts.
there this time than last time we went, which was 2019, right? Because 2020 it got canceled, and then 2021 was last year.
Yeah.
I think we skipped it.
And I saw a lot of response online from people saying like they need to upgrade where they're at because that convention center is not big enough for the amount of people that are showing up. Right. And I don't disagree because I don't know if it happened to you, but it happened to me a couple times where like people at work there were just yelling at us to keep walking.
Yeah, they had some, especially, and we'll get into some of the celebrity sections.
Yeah,
but they had some issues, and most of them were very nice about it. You could tell they were a couple of them were kind of sheepish about it, but it was like a fire hazard. How many people they had?
Somebody said the fire marshal had come out and told them like you got to keep this. Yeah. They need a bigger venue.
They need a bigger venue, but that's a pretty big venue. It's what's crazy. They hold a ton of conventions there. It was just really busy.
I know. It was nuts, man.
Yeah, and I like I said, it was probably, I don't know. I'm not good percentage-wise, but it definitely had more people there than 2019.
More, yes. I think part of it, honestly, is I think it's a combination of two things. I think one is people are, for the most part, finally feeling comfortable enough to do stuff like this again.
Right.
I think 2021 was still too hit or miss. This time, I think people are feeling more comfortable and they're eager to do things like this again. And I think the other thing is they had all the main Scream people minus, well, I guess no Courtney Cox or David Arquette, but they had 4 major Scream stars, and Scream is hot right now, like big. So I think that was part of it.
And they all showed.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's get down to it. So speaking of celebrity guests, Tim, you got to meet somebody that was on. One of the people you were interested in meeting, you got to get an extra autograph on your Halloween 3 Season of the Witch poster. You want to talk about that at all?
So I have this Halloween 3 poster that I got signed by Tom Atkins at Motor City Nightmares a couple years ago. I'm not a huge autograph guy. I don't like the waiting in lines.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, but the Tom Atkins one was really cool, and I have it framed. And I saw, we talked about this there, I saw Stacey Nelkin was going to be there, and she is on the poster as well. Yeah. And I wanted her autograph on her face, basically.
With Tom
under
Atkins,
her face. With Tom Atkins. Tom Atkins says, "Turn it off on there, Tim." And
Did she write anything on?
She, we'll get there.
Sorry.
We'll get there.
I haven't actually heard the full.
So jump ahead here. No, I'm just. So I had it because I brought it down to the frame because it's one of those cardstock posters anyway that you can't
We
roll
kept
up.
it in the car.
Yeah, we kept it up, so we had to go back out and get it, which sucked because we parked so far away. But I went back out and got it, and I just made a beeline for Stacey Nelkin. Her line was pretty good. It was a good line.
Yeah.
What's my voice?
I don't think she does a ton of conventions.
I don't think so either. That was the other thing, too, is I'd never seen her at one of these. I believe I've seen... Well, Tommy Lee Wallace doesn't do a lot either, does he?
Yeah, Atkins does a bunch, but I don't...
Atkins isn't all the time. So they had the Halloween 3 group. Those 3, main principals or whatever.
Yeah.
In that room, all next to each other.
Was Dick Warlock over there, too?
I believe so,
yeah, I
yes.
assume.
Yep, I believe so. I think he was on the other end. But it was, when... Tommy Lee Wallace, who had a very big line. Tom Atkins was always killing. Stacey Nelkin, who had a nice line. Yeah. So I got in there, and I waited. Of course, the dude in front of me had one of those carts just full of posters.
Yeah. So he's going to sell them online afterwards?
Basically,
so gross.
Which, whatever. But, he also took a really long time because he wouldn't shut up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm calling this guy out anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't have his name.
Do it.
They should have asked for his ID so I could call him out on my horror podcast. But he took forever. Anyway, I got up there. Stacey Nelkin. Part of the reason I'm not a huge autograph guy is I don't like the actual interaction. I'm awkward and I get kind of I get kind of jittery.
I get that.
Yeah, and so
I'm worse about that now than I used to be.
Right.
It used to not bother me, and I don't know what has changed, but yeah, maybe I have more of an awareness.
There are some people that just have no awareness. They just go in there and
which is awesome.
Yeah, so good for them. But anyway, I got up there, and she was very nice. I just said, hey, and my wife was up there with me. And I said, hey, I was wondering, get your autograph right next. I got Tom Atkins, and, like, I'm a big fan of the movie. And so she said, cool. And then we got a picture, and I go, this is my wife. I brought my wife in for the picture because I go, I make her watch Halloween 3 every year because
this is true.
I throw it on the TV. I don't make her watch it. I'm not, like, forcing her.
No.
I'm not like, hey. But it's
you
definitely...
expose her to Halloween 3 once a year at least.
Yes. It's definitely on Halloween or around Halloween if I can. Usually Halloween night. It's my Halloween night movie.
Yeah.
I will throw it on as, like, a bedtime, a nightcap. And she goes, what a bad husband you are. And I laughed.
What a comment.
She goes, what a good husband. And I laughed, good husband. And then, of course, my wife didn't say anything. So I think she was still pissed about the drive down.
Remember the drive you guys had before we
my
get
wife
to...
just laughed it off, no answer to Stacey Nelkin's joke. But
that's amazing.
That honestly was the only celebrity I ran into. I saw a bunch just walking around.
Of course.
But they were busy. Most of them.
I almost immediately gave up on my Skeet and Matthew Lillard thing because it was when I asked about it.
Yeah.
The explanation I got for the situation made so little sense to me.
What did they tell you?
They're going for the Scream Q&A. They'll be back around 3 or 3:30, which is a decent window.
The Q&A had a line like to the front door.
Insane. And when they get back, it'll be first come, first serve for autographs. But then, like, you couldn't wait in the room for them to come back because they wanted you to keep moving. So what are you supposed to do?
Right.
So I just went, I'm good. It's too bad, but...
That room was pretty packed, especially they were probably the busiest. I did a walk around. Tony Todd was holding court, of course.
Hell yeah.
You met someone later who got a picture with Tony Todd in full Candyman outfit.
Yeah.
He must have been doing like...
He was doing the in-costume
photo ops.
Yeah. Him and Kane. Kane was doing... Kane Hodder was doing the full Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan.
It was Manhattan, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was the black kind of tar cover.
I debated that because this was like my favorite Jason.
It's rad, yeah. I met John Moxley.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Who's for those who don't know, is a big time wrestler, formerly known as Dean Ambrose in WWE, and now he's with AEW. Moxley had no line at the time, and
all right. So he had no line at the time, and neither did this. Was not a we thought like it would be a crossover crowd with the horror and the wrestling.
For whatever
fans.
reason, he was not busy at the moment. I mean, I don't know what his weekend was like, but that right then it wasn't good.
It didn't seem like his
weekend
was going on.
He had no line, and so there was like the line queue where you have to like wait in line normally. And what I should have done was just like walk up to his table because there was no one in the line. What I did do was start walking through the queue because I felt like that was like the orderly thing to do. And then about a third of the way through it, I went, this is weird, so I'm just going to kind of jog my way back like all the way through because...
Yeah.
And then Nikki started laughing, so I just started like hamming it up a little bit because I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And by the time I got up there, he was not... Well, he was already not pleased before I got up there. And I started to think that maybe...
It wasn't anything... I don't think it was anything you did.
So
I don't think it was... Yeah.
For a while there, I was feeling kind of like weird because I'm like, did I do something? And then when I saw people commenting online... No one had a good experience with
John.
No.
He seemed cranky for whatever reason. He wasn't like, I don't know. Maybe,
he wasn't a jerk. He didn't tell me to go fuck myself. I mean, I was paying him. So I hope
do think if you are charging what he was charging for a picture, you could maybe fake it a little better. But
I was a little bit, I mean, like, I don't even need him to smile for the picture. That's not exactly his thing. But maybe like...
He seemed
maybe when I say like, hey, how you doing? How's your weekend going, John? Because that's what I said to him, and he just goes, it's fine. So I'm like, all right, I guess like that's where I realized I'm not getting anywhere here. We gotta.
He seemed to be cranky. You're walking. I don't think it set him off, but like he was already cranky as it was.
Yeah, it didn't help.
But like,
no.
But like I said, you could fake it. I think the other thing too, and I'm gonna put some of the blame on me. I had an AEW hoodie on. And I was just kind of walking around, and I had no like no plans to go meet either one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm like can guarantee you they saw me in an AEW hoodie and they're probably just like, this guy has no interest in us. Like he must say this too.
Maybe.
So
yeah.
I think with our powers combined,
We
ticked off John Moxley to the point where he just grumbled his entire.
Well, to be fair, like I said, I saw a lot of folks online that were saying
He was a bit of a grouch.
it was not great. Yeah.
What did he tell you at the end of the year?
I said, I basically just said like, hey, I'm a fan of your stuff on with AEW, and he goes, thanks for watching, pal, and that was it.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Which is like the perfect canned like.
But guess what? I mean, if he's stuck in that room all day where the Scream folks are right next to him, absolutely killing it.
Banking, yeah. Well, and so it was funny because I told my father-in-law about it afterwards. He goes, did you get your picture?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he goes, that's really all he owes you. I said, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
He goes, he could have been nicer, but I was like, yeah, he could have been nicer. I don't know. Maybe just like say like, hey, how, like, I don't know, talk a little bit. But
let's say, yeah.
It's fine.
But I think you've learned a valuable lesson, which is do not get autograph and pictures from grumpy deathmatch wrestlers.
Correct.
Yeah, have that in the back pocket.
Well,
for next time.
Yeah. I've learned a few things this time around.
Spend your $50 on Virgil.
My only two bad experiences with meeting celebrities / getting autographs were pro wrestlers. So perhaps
What was the other one?
Virgil.
Sorry, Virgil doesn't count because he tried to hustle you out of money.
He did hustle me out of money.
Have you told the Virgil story? I'm sure you have. Can you tell the Virgil story again?
Yeah, he had no fucking prices listed on his
Virgil,
table.
for people who don't know, is also Vincent WCW. He's an old 1980s wrestler. 80s and 90s. Mostly manager. He managed the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. That's all I'm going to say about his character, because there's plenty of problematic stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's this old wrestler. He was never any good.
No.
He was never any good. He was always kind of you laugh at him a little bit.
Yeah.
So Virgil, he's very funny now. What did he do?
He had no prices on his table, and Nikki and I were kind of like edging up to his table because we wanted to get something for our friend Will, who's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And we thought it'd be nice to get him you couldn't make it to the show, so let's bring him back something, right? And we were like edging up closer to see if he had prices listed on his table, because sometimes they're like tiny on the table. And he goes, hey, come on over. And we like walked up. Well, now you're in.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to say...
he's beckoning people over to his table.
What are you going to do? You're going to say, no, I'm good. How? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you told me it was $100, I would say I don't have $100.
Right.
But, I mean, like, anyway, so he got me. He got me for the money and stuff. And Will has an autograph.
He got the
Virgil.
picture, and then he's like, it'll be $20.
Such and such. Yeah, and I was like, well, that's double what I assumed. So, but he got me. I mean,
double what I assumed, and 4 times more than what I was willing to pay.
Yes. Good on him. Anyway, so that's who we met. We didn't meet anybody else, but
any other things you wanted to mention walking around that you celebrity wise?
No, they had pretty stationary. I didn't see a lot of wandering.
Most were pretty busy too.
Very busy. So
which
is good.
Yeah, there were some rooms. There were like a tattoo, like you get a tattoo there in that one room.
People were getting tattoos.
But yeah, I didn't really see because then there was that one wall. Ethan Suplee did that. I have a big line when I walked by.
Ah.
Yeah, him and Wood Harris. They had.
They were in that weird aisle.
Not a lot of Remember the Titans fans there at the time I walked by.
Yeah, Ryan Hurst looked weird. Sorry, Ryan Hurst. I didn't recognize him. I was like, is that Ryan Hurst?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so I think that's it for people we met. Lots of fun cosplay stuff, though, bopping around. We went... Gojo and Madeline did dress up as characters from the Resident Evil franchise. Gojo was Hunk from Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
and Madeline was Donna Beneviento from Resident Evil Village. And they were very good costumes.
Both did an excellent job.
Excellent job.
I want to make a special mention of the doll she had.
Well, it was fantastic.
She did a great job on that doll.
Yeah, and she
people were asking if they could buy them. That's how good of a job
they
she
wanted
did.
to make them. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think she swapped information with somebody who wanted to buy one.
Okay.
So I think
so good.
She
Maybe
might.
you should make some money. No.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, that was an unforeseen perk to going to the convention. I hope those guys had fun. I didn't really get a chance to talk to them too much, but I hope they. seemed like everybody had a good time. So
yes.
but
yeah, as they were walking around, they definitely got a ton of pictures taken. There were a lot of Resident Evil cosplayers.
There were definitely a few, yeah.
Yes, because they would kind of stop in groups and get their picture taken together. It was kind of neat. I really liked that. Was like one of the things I really liked about being back at this convention was kind of the camaraderie, the people. Like
everybody's very friendly.
Yeah, I could never do cosplay stuff like that.
I would be uncomfortable, but I think it's cool. I've always thought it was neat.
Right.
Nikki and I got a picture with a really, really good Michael Myers cosplayer.
Good.
He looked legit, like he just walked out of the movie. And I just said, hey, let's, because Halloween's kind of a thing for me and Nikki, so
right.
I was like, let's get a picture. It was funny. He even held the knife towards my chest in the picture. It was cool.
Yeah, a lot of them get super into it.
Yeah,
so.
It was sweet.
Yeah, but I don't I don't like that much attention. And like
I don't like being the center of attention, and I just feel like I'd be physically uncomfortable in a costume. I guess it would depend on what you dressed up as.
We did have to lead them around quite a bit because they couldn't see. It was tough for them to see their costumes. So.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember Gocho kept asking, like, "Where are we now?"
I know a lot of cosplayers. They'll cosplay one day on the con and then go back the second day. And
cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and they took theirs off for a round later. They took their stuff off.
I get it. I don't blame them. Well, in terms of walking around and seeing stuff, let's talk about some of the stuff we bought. Because
cosplayer though. I want to ask you.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on. Yeah. Favorite cosplayer or favorite costume? Did you have one that you?
Well,
saw?
Madeline's was my favorite. No,
for sure.
I'm not just saying that because we went there. I thought it was like insanely
she did a
cool.
fantastic job.
I'm glad I knew who she was because I'd be creeped out if I saw somebody walking around with that otherwise. But somebody who we weren't with, man, I'm a sucker for. There were two that I really liked. I liked the pair of Killer Clowns from Outer Space guys because they were committed.
They were really good. Yeah,
they were really good, and they looked just like straight out of the movie. And I always like the guy who does the giant bobblehead looking guys that's there every year.
Oh, there's a ghost face.
Yes,
right?
The last time we went in 2019, it was him and another one of his buddies doing Captain Spaulding and Otis from. And they were like giant headed versions, but he was Ghostface this time, and it was really cool. And I saw he tweeted a picture. He got a professional photo op with the whole Scream cast, and he was in the giant Ghostface costume.
Nice. I didn't check out. I should check out. Like, do you just find this using the hashtag or whatever?
Just on HorrorHound hashtag on Twitter. Yeah.
Cool.
Just seeing cool stuff that people.
I'll go on there. Yeah, Instagram, neat. Twitter, and check it out.
It was neat. It seems like most of the people's experiences were really solid. There was definitely some complaints about like. People saying, like, I've never been to a con and not gotten an autograph I wanted, and this is the first time, so they need to fix the autograph situation. I was like, I agree.
Was that the Scream stuff, probably? Yeah, that is, I mean...
It was a mess.
Yep.
If you're going to have a high-profile guest like that, they really need to take a look at finding a way to make that work. Because it does not work.
It needs to... Yeah, what needs to happen, I guess, if it's going to be like that, and they're going to turn people away like they were, they need to set up some sort of virtual queue, I guess, or, okay...
They text you or something?
They text you, or, they're like... We're going to put this online here, and, you have to sign up and get an autograph, and, then it's first come, first serve after that or something.
Exactly.
It's not good to have people all show up at once.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
That was my biggest negative, I think, was the fact that I gave up almost instantly because I went, this is not worth, I would love to have met those guys and got their autograph and added it to the wall. I'm bummed that I wasn't able to, but it wouldn't have been worth it to me. I would have spent hours with a question mark over my head waiting for... And that would be in multiple queues because I would have had to go to two different...
Right.
Yeah, it just... No.
I got a bone to pick real quick, cosplay-wise, though.
Yeah.
What you mentioned, the Ohio Ghostbusters. Let me tell you something. Fine with you. You do a great job. Great people, I'm sure.
Sure.
Find a different place to get pictures taken with people instead of right in the middle of the exit hall.
I'm trying to go.
We were trying to leave, and they were sitting there taking pictures in the middle of this hall.
Dancing to the Ghostbusters song.
As, people were waiting to get in line to the Scream convention, or the Scream Q&A. They were dancing to Ghostbusters, taking pictures, and I'm just trying to leave this place.
It was a cluster. Yeah, I don't love that.
So there you go.
Whoever decided that was the best placement for that was not, yeah.
A couple of cosplay costumes I wanted to mention real quick. There was a Swamp Thing one that was really good.
That was rad. Yeah,
that guy did a really good job.
Yeah.
That was like the Craven Swamp, or was that the? I guess they're both very similar, aren't they?
Which one?
The comic book version of the character and the Craven.
I think it was,
and the TV show.
I couldn't tell which one it was supposed to be.
Yeah, they're all very similar.
They're similar.
He did a very good job.
I saw him doing a cool pose picture where he was wrestling with Jason.
Nice.
With Part 8, Jason like they're having a battle. It was cool.
Two aquatic horror villains.
It was sweet, yeah.
And then a couple more. Anytime I see Billy the Puppet, and there were multiple.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. He was the best. Never mind. I forgot. I apologize.
There were multiple of them. One was like a child. That was very funny. And then there was one that was a grown man.
On a tricycle. He was sweet.
He was great.
God, how did I forget about him?
So
he was honking his little horn on the...
He was fantastic. Yeah. The Billy the Puppet's there. Then, I couldn't believe this, there was a Jackal cosplay from 13 Ghosts. The Ghost Jackal.
How did I forget about this? I'm glad you remembered, dude.
I've got one more, but I could...
With the cage on her head?
Yes. It must have been because Lillard was there.
Yeah.
But I saw 13 Ghosts t-shirts. I saw people, like, there was 13 Ghosts representation at this.
Yeah, I like 13 Ghosts. Yeah. Like, I'm a fan, so I'm down.
It has to be because of Lillard, I would guess. So I'm guessing that the Jackal costume, I'm hoping they got their picture taken.
I think I saw that on Twitter, too.
Awesome.
The person in costume with him.
It was really good.
Really good. God, I'm glad you remember this stuff.
And the last one that I wanted to call out because you missed it, and it was my favorite one other than, of course, Coach
yes, I did miss that. I never saw it.
There was a big gentleman dressed up as NES, the Nintendo version of Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees. And he was in his kind of like pink and kind of purpley suit, like kind of like a bluish suit, you know. But, so the costume was fantastic as it was, but he had an assistant with him, who I believe was dressed up like a counselor. I can't remember exactly what she was dressed up as. But she had a boombox. Oh, but it was a boombox, or it was like a speaker redressed as a Nintendo controller, like a big Nintendo controller, and it was blasting the NES Jason theme.
So sweet.
The theme music.
So sweet.
That you will hear in the game out of that. And I
wish I would have seen him.
Amy and my wife and I saw it, and we were both like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest!"
It's really good.
And I know you wanted to see it, but he was already in the convention by the time.
Yeah.
So those are my standout cosplayers.
Amazing. Good stuff. I'm glad you mentioned all that. I love the horror community. They're just fun. So, should we go into like stuff, like swag stuff?
What we got?
Yeah. What did you get? Give me.
You want to go back and forth?
Give me an item
here?
or two here.
Yeah, let's go back and forth here.
Let's talk a bit. So, pick out an item in your collection here, and we'll.
So the first thing I got, actually, I don't have with me. It's because it's on my desk.
Yeah.
And it is a 3D printed Mount Rushmore. There is this gentleman named Mucky Chris. Mucky, like muck, like Y, Chris.com. And he does 3D printed stuff. And a lot of it is, he has a lot of like Buddhas. Like Jason is a Buddha. Yoda as a Buddha. He had
There's
a lot
so
of
many Buddhas.
Yeah, a lot of like Star Wars Buddhas. They were really cool. They got like Godzilla Buddha like you have there, kind of. And he does a really good job. The 3D printing looks really nice, but he had these Mount Rushmores. And he had a couple that really caught my eye. My wife got a Star Wars one with like Luke, Leia, Han.
Chewie?
I think Chewie.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be the one that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And so, but he had a couple of horror ones that really caught my eye, big and small. I got a small one for my desk, but he had a slasher one that had Jason, Freddy, was it Leatherface?
And Michael Myers.
Yeah. Right? And then he also had a Classic Monsters one that has Dracula.
Universal.
Yep, the Universal Classic Monsters that has Dracula, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Frankenstein's monster.
Oh.
And he had a big, so I picked up one of those, and it sits on my desk, and it's really cool. It's like a Mount Rushmore style.
So sweet.
He had a whole bunch of them, and you can check them out. Yeah, MuckyChris.com. He's got like he makes the Fight Club soap. A lot of really cool stuff. I picked up his card because I actually might order one of those Buddhas. There's another Boris Karloff Frankenstein's monster Buddha that was so cool.
Calling your name?
Yeah. So I might check it out.
And that's one thing I want to say to people. I didn't do this when I first started going to these conventions. Grab cards.
Yeah, even if you don't buy something, because you never know when you might.
Because if you like their stuff, but you either don't have the funds maybe, or the room to carry it with you, or you just forget, grab a card. If you like their stuff, grab a card, because most of these guys and gals have some sort of online shop or an Etsy shop, something. So do that.
Yes. So, Willie, what did you get?
I got, okay,
What's
so.
something you got?
Oh, I'll start with something Nikki got, because it actually ties into one of yours, too. You guys both got candles, like the religious candles.
Yes.
And Nikki got a Pee Wee Herman one. She was very excited about. And which one did you get?
So yeah, this will be my next one too. I got a Tom Atkins Halloween 3.
Yes.
With he's kind of like the saint there. Is that Jesus?
It's wonderful. I'm not sure.
I don't know this one, but he's got like the 3 children all around him.
It's so good.
He's like shepherding them, and
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is Wacky Wix. Wacky, W-I-X.
Very fun stuff.
Candles, and they had a ton of these. They're just prayer candles with different printed stuff on them, but they're really cool.
Very fun stuff. The next thing I should mention, Nikki picked up a mystery box.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of a fun deal. She loves mystery box. She likes to gamble a bit, and this artist had these mystery boxes, and she got 5 fun little prints. She got a Freddy Krueger one.
Yeah.
A dinosaurs from
the old
show
TGIF classic. Yes.
This is Hot Press Apparel, by the way. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a different guy. She got Psych and the Big Lebowski as well. Very
nice.
And then she got a Lego T-shirt, which is fun, and a little Squirtle pin from Pokemon. So nice.
You guys like the mystery boxes, right?
Nikki loves mystery boxes.
Yeah, they are fun.
Nice wide variety. I'll just jump into my next one real quick because that's kind of Nikki's thing. But Nikki and I did get T-shirts. There was a place called Hot Press Apparel. You can find them at hotpressapparel.com. Looks like you can use the promo code HorrorHound 2022 to get free shipping on their website. But they literally were pressing shirts there, like on demand, and they were $15 a shirt, which is not bad for a horror T-shirt. And I got an Outpost 31 shirt, which was really cool. We've talked about this before. I love T-shirts.
Yes.
I'm a T-shirt guy. I love horror, but I don't generally love horror T-shirts. They're a bit too loud for me.
Cavity colors and fright rags can both be pretty loud at
times.
Some of the stuff I like a lot, but then I'm with you.
I'm more of a subtle guy with stuff like that. This guy had some cool stuff. I got an Outpost 31 T-shirt, which was really sweet. And Nikki got an Overlook Hotel shirt, which was really cool, too. So that was fun. That was cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Glad to add some horror T-shirts to the mix, for sure.
Awesome. So the next one I want to talk about, and I'm kind of the last couple things that I want to talk about here, I'm bummed because I didn't grab a card because I got a bag that had the woman's name on it. And the bag is at home right now, so I do not remember her name. It's something Lazar, Lazar, and she does a lot of horror stuff. But she made this awesome Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the clown coming out of the popcorn, that is going to go great next to my television while I'm watching horror movies. I'll probably just break it out. That's like my Halloween 3 prayer candle. Whenever I watch Halloween 3, I will definitely light it to the saint.
That's beautiful, dude.
Saint Atkins, yes.
Saint Atkins.
So there you go. But it's really cool. It's like this old-timey popcorn bin, and the clown is popping out of it. And
it's really cool.
Yeah, I loved it. So
I know. I thought about getting one of those too. We did get Josie a few T-shirts from a different T-shirt shop. We've gotten T-shirts. He doesn't have a card or anything, so I wasn't able to get a name. But she got a My Daddy Works at Wayland-Yutani Corp shirt.
That came from the place. That place had some really cool stuff.
Cool stuff, yes. Yeah. She got that one. She got an Amity Island swim team shirt, which she was wearing today.
Yes, I saw that. That was very cool.
And she got an I Heart Mommy shirt with Jason's mask on it. So
I loved that one. Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah, so she got a few fun horror shirts. She was very excited about her Jason shirt, even though she called it Michael Myers when she first saw it.
Yes.
But she's got time to learn these things. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was cool.
The last thing I'll mention then is because it ties along with pieces of clothing. My wife bought these for me, so I do not have the card or anything because I don't think she picked one up. But she bought me 3 pairs of underwear. They're boxer style briefs, if you will. And they had these kind of like nerdy underwear, and they had kind of, they're not raunchy things. I wouldn't call them raunchy, but they're a little bit cheeky, would you say? On the front of them mostly. But so like she bought me a Golden Girls pair of underwear, and on the front where my penis is, it says "Thank you for being a friend."
Amazing.
She bought me a pair of Lord of the Rings underwear that says "You have my sword," and it has all the Lord of the Rings.
That is the best shit.
And the last pair she bought me, which was the pair that caught our eye at first, was a Ghostbusters. It has all the Ghostbusters, and right where the crotch is, it says, "Bustin' makes me feel good." So there you go. She really liked these underwear. She thought I should have all 3 of them, and she's right. They're fantastic. So
yeah, they're all wonderful. I got a few more. We got a little decal for our new car. Nikki had ordered one on Amazon. It was a Michael Myers decal. It's going to be in one window, like that little mini window that sits behind your passenger side window on an SUV that like you never like really use for any sort of thing.
Right.
That it's going to go there. And then she got a Pazuzu one as well.
Nice.
And this is from merchmassacre.com. So check them out. The next thing I got brought me back because look, I was feeling rough, man. After that
after the Mox.
Well, okay, so I was dejected at by the fact that I wasn't going to be able to see.
No skeet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no skeet, no Matthew Lillard. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get I like Mox. I'm going to get a Mox autograph. That didn't go so hot. Or a Mox picture. That didn't go so hot.
You were on a cold streak at this point.
Yeah, I was feeling a little bit down. I hadn't bought a lot, and I felt like, man, is this kind of going to be a wash? And then I went by, Nikki brought me by a table where they had a Shining Overlook Hotel blueprint puzzle. 500-piece puzzle of the blueprints of the Overlook Hotel. I said, that's awesome. Because we've been talking about doing a puzzle soon.
Right.
Just as like a nice thing to do together, you know? And so we picked that up, and I'm looking around, and I was like, oh, sweet. These are the guys that run the Living Dead shop at the Monroeville Mall, because there's actually a shop in Monroeville Mall that's dedicated to Romero's stuff. And I've been wanting to go there for a long time. It's on the list, you know, of things to do. And I chatted with them for a while, and they were super cool. But by the way, shout out to them. They are hosting their latest and greatest Living Dead Weekend this year. This is one's titled Living Dead Weekend 1990. It is they'll be doing cast reunions, exhibits and panels, photo ops, movie location tours, film screenings, artists, after parties. It's at Monroeville Mall. You can go to thelivingdeadweekend.com. But this is a fun one because this year they're doing a specific reunion, Night of the Living Dead 1990.
Nice.
With a bunch of the principal cast, which is cool. Tony Todd will be there, Patricia Tallman, Bill Moseley will be there. Of course, the director, Tom Savini, will be there. Anyway, but also cast members from Night, Dawn, Day, and Land will be there. But I knew about the shop, and I knew they sold pieces of the Monroeville Mall of the JCPenney store that was torn apart and remodeled, the original JCPenney store. And lo and behold, they had pieces there.
Nice.
And so I got a piece of the escalator that Roger slides down in the original Dawn of the Dead, and I felt that brought me back. I was like, this is way cooler than any autograph, because I'm a sucker for visiting filming locations.
Yes.
And for pieces of film history, like physical pieces of film history. Most of them I can't afford. That pieces of film, because it's just you know. But like I remember I was able to wear Michael Bihn's helmet once from Aliens, and it was like one of the highlights of my being a fan, just to wear it for like 2 minutes. That's the stuff that I love. I love being able to interact with a piece of history from something I love. So
I have a piece of the Evil Dead cabin, I think, from those same guys. Yep. So that's very special to me. And it has the certificate of authenticity and all that.
Yeah. And these guys, I mean, these guys are out of the Monroeville Mall. I'm fairly certain that they're legit.
They're legit. Yeah, and Horrorhound, I would think, does a good job of vetting these people.
Absolutely. So I've got a piece of the escalator, and I also have a vial of dirt from Evans City Cemetery, from the original Night of the Living Dead.
Nice.
So I've got a nice piece of both of those things. But
very cool.
Yeah. My last one, I think, so I got 3 new decks of face cards. I've talked about these on the show before. I am a big fan of this series of trading cards. Each one has a theme. They're all horror-based. They're from Byron Winton is the artist. Byron, B-Y-R-O-N, Winton, W-I-N-T-O-N.com. Love this guy's art. Super nice guy. Sells a ton of cool prints. Please check his stuff out. He's got a Patreon page too, where you can get like exclusive trading cards and stuff like that from him. Patreon exclusive stuff. Like you just look at this. I mean, like this picture. Yeah. Like look at some of the deep cuts he's got on this. So he's got this really cool painting of like all these horror icons in a movie theater
with Elvira
right up front.
Yes.
But like there's a ghoulie on there.
Dr. Phibes is back there.
There's Willard. The Crispin Glover Willard is in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's some cool stuff on there.
Tall man's back there.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
That's really cool.
But I had already had 2 decks of these. I had the Killer Dudes Volume 1, and I had the Creatures deck. And I think we've talked about these in the show once or twice.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
But I just picked up Killer Dudes Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Anti-Heroes deck.
Yes.
And I got the Zombies deck.
Yep.
And good stuff in here.
There's some cool deep cuts in there, too.
There's some cool ones. Yeah, I think I've got... So I can,
like, even stuff like... I'm like, who's that? And then you read it off. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's the kind of stuff I love.
There's some cool stuff like in the Killer Dudes edition, you got Dr. Phibes, which we love some Dr. Phibes on this show. Let's see who else. Who was some other deep? Dr. Chenard from Hellraiser 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, like some of these I don't even know. Santa, one of the Killer Santas from I think I don't remember which one it's from. One of those Killer Santa movies. Art the Clown from The Terrifier, of course. There's some fun stuff.
It's a fun mix of like classic stuff, then 80s stuff, and then new stuff as well. And that's what I love is like I love stuff like that places like new, like even The Terrifier, like that's a good example where it places new kind of horror icons alongside some of those classic ones.
Yes.
I love when people do that and like embrace it as like
the whole history of it. Yeah,
as in like 20 years from now, like some kid is going to point back to like the Terrifiers, like what got them into horror.
Exactly.
Movies.
Yep. The Santa, by the way, was from the Tales from the Crypt episode, All Through the House, played by Larry Drake. Yeah.
Yep.
But, I mean, like,
Larry Drake.
But like, I mean, Captain Howdy from Strangeland is in here.
Dee Snider's
Ghostface,
Strangeland.
dude, yeah.
I will not tell the story of Dee Snider's.
Kenny from Terror Train.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in here. Davey from Tourist Trap. The Warlock. The Djinn. Nick Taylor from Wolf Creek. It's a nice mix of, like you said, more recent horror and like classics and like deep cut obscure stuff that a lot of people maybe aren't that familiar with.
Right.
And I got the Anti-Heroes deck, which I've been itching for on his website for a while, so I was psyched he had a deck of those there. You got everything from Jim from 28 Days Later to Francesco Della Morte from Della Morte Della More. There's Cabal from Nightbreed. Sam and Dean Winchester. Nada from They Live. Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. Just a ton of cool stuff. Max Wren from Videodrome.
Yeah, and his drawings are excellent too.
Yeah, they're really
fantastic.
Cool. And then zombie-wise, I'll read a couple of those.
Yeah.
The one girl from Zombievers is there, which is pretty great.
Jenna Jameson from Zombie Strippers.
From Zombie Strippers,
well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Worm-Eyed Zombie.
I would know who Jenna Jameson is.
No, of course not. The Worm-Eyed Zombie from Fulci's Zombie.
It's weird now that like I can point. Sorry, it's just weird now that I can point to my age. Like I could be old and like because I'm named off a porn star.
Right.
Jenna Jameson isn't like there may be kids listening. They have no idea who Jenna Jameson is.
I know, isn't that crazy?
By pulling goes.
Right.
It's blowing my mind right now. I guess that's how people thought about Linda Lovelace. Is it?
Yeah. There you go. Nathan Grantham's corpse from Father's Day, the Father's Day segment of Creepshow.
Yeah.
The airport zombie from Dawn of the Dead. Bub, of course, got a Big Daddy from Land. Fido from Fido. There's good stuff in here. Love the face cards. Love Byron Winton's art. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I think that was it for swag stuff. I don't think I'm missing anything. We did get to try a Candyman themed beer.
Yeah, we didn't get any of they had like nerdy barbecue. They had some food trucks kind of style stuff there. We didn't get a chance to eat there, which is fine. But we did try the Say His Name Candy Kolsch, which is like a German beer, I think.
Yeah.
It was a limited release by Third Eye Brewing there.
Which was like right there by the convention center.
Yeah, right across the street. Yeah, they had a big... Yeah, and so they had this Candyman. The cans were really cool.
Really cool.
They were like honeycomb. What did you think of the beer?
I didn't love it.
I didn't love it at first, and then it kind of grew on me.
It kind of grew on me, yeah. It had a waxy aftertaste, which was perfect for the...
Then we decided it tasted like kind of like Burt's Bees chapstick.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is perfect for Candyman.
Yes.
So in that it did grow on me. After a few sips, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a beer that you would have like a 6-pack of, but
no, it was fun to try.
Yeah,
I liked it more than I thought.
I like themed shit like that. Like I'm a sucker.
When I saw it, I'm like, I gotta get us this.
Oh yeah, and you immediately went up there. You're like, I'm getting this.
Yeah, well, it's Candyman, who I love.
Yeah,
so.
Of course. We should have had Tony Todd sign a can.
He had to have had a ton of people ask for the Candyman beer to be signed after they killed it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that was it for the con, right? I mean that we did well.
The
I think we had
convention
fun.
aspect itself, yeah.
We had a good time. After that, we went to an American classic, Cracker Barrel, which is now this is now a tradition for Horrorhound for us.
Absolutely.
We got to hit Cracker Barrel afterwards. No celebrity sightings this time around.
No,
we saw Doug Jones last time we went, but no. But boy, did that Cracker Barrel hits, man. They never miss.
I've never had a bad experience at a Cracker Barrel.
Nope,
so
they never miss.
What'd you get this time? I got the fried chicken this time. I think last time I got the sausage gravy. I had breakfast for dinner.
Nice.
This time I had the dumplings. I had whatever that it was really good. The hash.
Yeah.
And then I got the fried chicken. And man, thumbs up to the
nice
Cracker Barrel fried chicken.
I had fried shrimp.
Okay.
And that came with I had steak fries and mac and cheese as well. All good stuff.
We played the game where
and hush puppies,
where you put the phone on your forehead and you guess. We
played
the guessing game.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
That was fun. We were the loudest table at the Cracker Barrel.
I know. I was like,
we're all riled
They
up.
hate us right now, but no, they didn't hate us.
No, Cracker Barrel. Your family at Cracker Barrel.
You're all family at Cracker Barrel. Yeah, so that was I love Cracker Barrel. And then we just went back and hung out, played some cards.
Oh, you're missing one important spot.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, of course. So,
we have another thing to talk about too. But yes,
we went to
Jungle Jim's International Market,
which is to call it a grocery store would be unfair to Jungle
They've got
Jim's.
a radio station in there.
Yeah,
broadcasting all things Jungle Jim's.
Yeah, this is the biggest.
I've got a map.
There's a map of the store.
Pages.
Is this the biggest store you've ever been in? Single store. I think it is.
I think it would have to be. They're expanding, it says. They must just be putting more Jungle Gyms in.
It's so big.
So there are. I'm going to count this. If you could, because you guys walked. We were in there for a good hour, and there were places of this. Like I did not make it back to the international market.
This is not a knock on Horrorhound. You could have spent more time at Jungle Gyms than at the convention. Honestly, it was so big.
I got a toy from Jungle Gyms. I got a big boy from Outcast. I got him. He's got his.
But that wasn't on your bingo card.
No, it wasn't. A Gojo put it out. He goes, Tim, check this out. And I walked over, and it was like this big boy, like classic Funko Pop, and he's so sweet. It's like from one of his music videos, and he's got a hat on, and he's got his big cell phone.
Yeah, and you're an Outcast fan,
and he looks cool as hell. So apparently there's an Andre 3000 one, but the big boy one was the only one there. And honestly, I'm good with just big boy.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's fine.
So
it was so big, Tim. They had like foods from every country.
They have a whole section of cheese.
Just cheeses.
They had a bunch
everywhere.
Of pet stuff. They had candy.
See, the thing is, we could talk about this, Tim.
Where do you start?
But you can't truly.
They had a tasting bar. You could just go back there and drink.
Yeah.
At the tasting bar, they had.
You can't get, but you could you really accurately. Until you've been in there, I don't think you could even accurately like.
They had bun candy. I had not had a bun. Like bun is like a nougat, like a vanilla nougat, and peanut, and then chocolate.
Yeah.
The maple one is what I wanted. They didn't have it. I remember the maple one being killer, but they had a vanilla one. It was so good. It was so good. So yeah.
Well, we did wind up getting you some Coca-Cola coffee, which you've been looking for. Literally the night before.
I've drank them both now.
You mentioned that you wanted some, and sure enough, Jungle Gyms had them.
Yes.
So I think you enjoyed them.
I would put the vanilla. I had the vanilla today, actually.
Yeah.
Nice midday kick. They're not lying in the advertising when you need it. But the vanilla I liked, actually, and I liked the caramel, too. Yeah. My buddy has... Have you tried them all?
Yes, I think so.
Because my buddy found the chocolate one. He's like, it's Tootsie Roll with Coke. He's like, I'm not crazy about it, but
that rings true from what I recall. Yes.
He's like, if you like the taste of, he doesn't like the taste of Tootsie Rolls. But I do.
Then yeah.
So I might like this.
Yeah.
But the vanilla one was good. I was sitting there going like, this is just flat out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But we're gonna be doing a bonus episode as well. So.
Oh, stay tuned for that. Yeah, that'll be where we get the.
We're gonna dig deep into Jungle Gyms and maybe throw up on air.
My wife's gonna be so pissed.
Why?
She wanted to try some of those.
Oh no, you can take some.
No,
more.
This is just another reason for us to go back to Jungle Gyms someday.
True. No, you can take some sample bags. So don't worry.
She's not home right now.
Yeah, Jungle Gym's ruled. We can't possibly give it enough credit for how insane it is. There's like fairy gardens and shit in there. There's like animatronic animals singing and dancing in there. I assume Jungle Gym dressed up as a wizard on all these pictures.
Yeah, Jungle Gym seemed to be pretty prevalent throughout his place. Yeah, they have a podcast, but don't listen to them. Only listen to us.
Only us. Anyway, so yeah, that was
listen to us out of loop.
That was it, and then the drive home, obviously, which was the drive home. It was the drive home from a trip always goes by quicker and is a little bit smoother than the drive there.
Any good snacks you have? Did you have any good snacks on the ride home?
We pack lots of beverages. We packed pretzel sticks, goldfish.
You had that popcorn. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the popcorn. We packed some beef sticks, like jerky sticks. Just easy road food. Yeah.
I bought these at Jungle Gyms. They were jalapeno lime ruffles. I think you can find them anywhere. But apparently, according to the bag, they were created by Los Angeles Lakers center Anthony Davis.
Oh my God.
They are his creation.
How wonderful.
They taste like spicy Fruit Loops.
Okay.
I really like them. My wife didn't hate them, but also, here's the thing. You opened that. I was downstairs the other day, and I was just like, I'm out a handful of chips. So I saw those were there because I didn't eat them all. But I opened them, and my wife was upstairs working, and she goes, I smell that bag up here.
Perfect. I should say we did snack on, we did have, we got green chile soaked mozzarella, fresh mozzarella.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we cut it up and melted it on homemade tacos. That
sounds good.
Yeah, buddy.
That sounds good.
Yeah, really good.
We have one more drink that we need to talk about, though.
Yes, and this is a perfect way to end our special horror.
Save the
episode.
best for last.
Alan K. We did it. We did it. We did not go to the brewery. I'll tell you this. I'm going to be up front with you about this. We would have if we couldn't have found the beer elsewhere, but we were at a very busy day, as you've heard, a lot going on. But we picked up a 6-pack of Elvis juice from Brewdog Brewery at the local Kroger.
Yes.
And we drank it.
Yes.
And I was nervous, Alan K. I'm not going to lie to you.
You're not an IPA guy.
I'm not an IPA guy. They've grown on me a bit, but I'm not an IPA guy, and I'm not a grapefruit guy. So when I saw it was grapefruit IPA, I went, oh, no. I'm going to disappoint him.
Yeah.
And then I had some, and I went, this is pretty good.
It's good.
I enjoyed it.
I tend to like both.
We killed the 6-pack. So.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Killed a 6-pack and a couple Lone Stars, too, I might add.
Yes. We did all right.
We were feeling good. We were feeling good watching MTV Classic on Saturday night. So, and then we played that game. What was that game?
Dutch
Oven.
Dutch Boy.
Dutch Boy. Yeah, Dutch. But yes, thank you, Alan, for that recommendation because
it was delicious.
I thought it was very good. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that.
Even in a can, it was just
wonderful.
Good.
Yes. Next time, hopefully, we can get it from the tap. But yeah,
for sure.
But anyway, thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah, that was
been a delight. Thank you for joining me, Tim.
Yeah. Final thoughts? You want to wrap up your experience?
Look, I love horror cons. I love cons in general. It feels good to get back to them. I think HorrorHound's a ton of fun. I think there's a few things they could work on, certainly with some organization stuff.
Right.
But I really enjoyed my time there, and I will go back.
I got I'll say this on the podcast. Like I got weirdly emotional at one point. I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I have been around like people. Like I've been in like theme parks and stuff recently. So like I've been around people, but I think it was just like people like together again. With like a common interest, yeah, the communal thing, people dressed up, having fun, taking pictures, and like there was one part where like I felt like actual emotion, which is very odd. It was very strange for me, but like I got a little bit like verklempt, a little bit choked up. And luckily I was by myself. I didn't embarrass myself, but I should. Yeah, I wanted to say that because this time around was. I don't know. It's like you said, it was just that communal aspect, just being around. There was
a release almost, right?
Yeah, being like this, and we had gone to Motor City before, and that was fun, but it wasn't like this. This was big, so
that might have been what I meant by when I felt. I feel refreshed. That's part of it. Is like I feel like it felt normal again to me,
right,
for the first time. So, what are we doing next time?
Hey, here we go. Here we go again. I don't have my computer on me. Normally, I do. Do you have anything?
Can we do the new Candyman?
You have not seen it?
Nope.
Yeah, we can do the new Candyman.
Let's do that.
Okay. Where is it streaming? Do you know?
I'm assuming you can rent it on Amazon.
I'm betting you are right. I was thinking maybe it was. I'm just double checking to see if maybe it's on some sort of subscription service. So I'm down to watch it again. I want to give it another shot.
I know you weren't a huge fan, but I really want to see it, and I'd like to just talk about it. So
Let's do it. I don't know where it's streaming. Like you said, I'm sure you can rent it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
all right, perfect.
Cool.
Candyman it is. Thank you guys for joining us, and check out Horrorhound next time.